to the Fantasy Bros YouTube channel. We are talking about lessons learned as Week 15 comes to a close and your fantasy championship is right around the corner. My first lesson, I'm going to go right into it because I don't want to hear from you guys. Jalen Hurts is a QB1 and a must-start next week versus the Cowboys. No one cares. A horrible defense. Jalen Hurts finishes as the quarterback one this week. Threw for 338 yards, 3 touchdowns, rushed for 63 yards and a touchdown, and is a must-start next week. He's going to be a top 10 quarterback option. Pick him up because he's available in a lot of leagues. Start him because he's going to win you a lot of leagues.
That he will.
And, what do you got, Joe?
Before the season, there's only 7 rushers all time to hit 2K yards in the season. After the season, 8. Derrick Henry's going to hit 2K. He's about 1,700 yards.
Say Saquon.
Oh, no. He's almost there, but he's probably going to stop at 1980.
Maybe Gully Bladder, but not Saquon.
Derrick Henry's at about 1,700 yards right now, and he gets 2 of the weakest run defenses just to end off the season. Mm-hmm. He gets
It's Green Bay.
It's Green Bay this
and
week.
Houston.
And then he gets Houston next week. And he could do all 300 pretty much against Houston. He owns the Texans. 2 of his 200-plus yard games are against the Texans, and he has 4 of them. So if he does that one time the rest of the season, which I can see happening,
it's going to happen.
He could.
For fantasy purpose, that helps you out because if you're a Derrick Henry owner, and he's looking to get
he wants
that
it,
number,
and Vrabel's going to give it to him. I think.
Oh yeah, he's
going to have 28 plus carries this week,
and then hopefully Tannehill doesn't steal those touchdowns again.
160 plus rushing yards this week, and a couple touchdowns.
Henry's going to carry you to your chip.
Oh yes, he will.
My lesson learned is Corinthian Davis. I've said this guy week in, week out. Pick him up. Corey Davis, dude.
You're fired.
He's so good. He really is. I've said week in and week
Zach,
out.
get 4 receptions. Right?
Guys, comment in the chat about the fires out.
I've said week in, week out. Pick this man up.
You didn't say it last week, did you?
I've said it once because you said it. That's why. I've said this so many weeks in a row. Okay. This guy is so good. He's a must-start wide receiver, too, at this point. And he plays Green Bay, and it's not going against Jair Alexander, who's the only good cornerback on the team. So please start this man.
Shots fired. Yeah, A.J. Brown will see a lot of Jair, leaving Corey Davis some room to work with, and we know it's going to be a shootout. My next lesson learned is Tony Pollard will win championships if Zeke is out.
Oh, yes, he will.
Zeke, could you leave, please? Just open the door. Let Tony Pollard take the reins because he's much more efficient. 12 for 69, 2 touchdowns, 6 for 63 receiving. This guy could do it all. He finishes a number 2 RB this week behind David Montgomery. The dude's a stud. They play Philadelphia, an exploitable defense. Tony Pollard, pick him up because he's available in like 50% of leagues. Start him. RB1, play him, championship winner.
Justin Jefferson totally eclipsed Mr. Adam Thielen. He had 11 targets compared to Thielen's 3. He had the most targets on the team by I think about 7, maybe 6. He had 8 receptions, 104 yards, no touchdowns.
Thielen
but
like 19 yards.
His only setback is the fact that Kirk Cousins does not trust him in the red zone for whatever reason.
He did get a look though.
He got a look, but way too late.
Jefferson
kind of was not happy with him, and for good reason. He's an unreal receiver, probably the best in the draft class, and he's only going to get better. And he's the wide receiver one on the team,
and
as
next
I predicted.
They play New Orleans,
which is going to be a shootout.
We'll see who Marshawn Lattimore plays on. Regardless,
either way, he's going to produce.
He's a must start. Dude's a stud. He clips 1,000 yards receiving, and he's one of the better.
Yeah, last week I think.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
he's doing great.
He's a beast. One of the better rookies in the class.
My next one, another stud wide receiver number 2 on the team, Cole Beasley, who shadows very much behind Stephon Diggs, who was having a gorgeous season. But Cole Beasley is having a gorgeous season for himself. He's a GOAT wide receiver, too, at this point. He's also, similar to Corey Davis, you should be starting him. He plays New England next week, an exploitable defense. Okay?
What if John Brown comes back?
Even if he does, Cole Beasley is a clear number 2, and John Brown definitely will take away. But
they call him so good. We call him all reliable. It's probably the best nickname.
We call him Big Old Cole.
Big old reliable Cole. Okay, my next lessons learned, right?
Yes.
DK Metcalf is benchable next week versus the Rams.
Top 5 receiver in the NFL. Oh, come on. Jokes.
He got 5 for 43 against Washington. Nothing doing there, as the Monday night announcer likes to say a lot. And now he gets Ramsey, who they played earlier in the season. And what did he do? 2 receptions for 28 yards, 0 tutties. This man is a bench. You could find better options probably on the waiver wire this week. I don't see DK having a good game. I see Lockett playing better than him, and it sucks because it's a championship matchup. But don't be surprised if he does again.
So Lamar Jackson is the QB fantasy playoff MVP. Other than maybe Jalen Hurts, but there's a guy who you expected production from all season, and he didn't give it to you. You drafted him early, and he wasn't playing poorly. He just wasn't playing well to start the season, and he's on a tear right now. He finished as the QB2 last week. Two to Baker or one over Baker.
One last week, 5 this week.
And top 5 both the past 2 weeks, and I don't see him slowing down this week. He's going to do great. He knows he needs to use his legs to win, and he's going to do it again. And I expect him to be the fantasy playoff MVP,
really?
Quarterback-wise.
Wow, a lot of stuff.
For my final lesson learned, I have that the Dolphins running backs, whether it be Myles Gaskin or Salvon Ahmed, they're both studs.
Who's your favorite running back in the entire NFL?
Are not either of these, but but I still these guys they have so much talent. They're very underrated running backs, and they're both must starts. If Gaskin, if he's in, obviously, and Ahmed, if Gaskin's out, they have such a good matchup in Las Vegas, who do not have good run defense or good defense in general. But Ahmed, he produces numbers. He's an undrafted rookie, and he's still a stud. And Gaskin is also a stud.
Fantastic start. I agree. Salvon, he clips 100 yards, 23 carries, and a touchdown. Almost got a 2. My last one is Kyler Murray reminds us all that he's the #1 fantasy QB. Fantasy, the best position in football, best fantasy overall, because he leads points. And also this past week, 406 passing yards. He threw for 406 passing yards, 3 touchdowns through the air, and a touchdown on the ground. This man is an absolute stud. Look, everyone's still sleeping on him for some reason, but for this week, he finally put everyone on notice and said to stop sleeping on this man because he will win you your chip. He's the fantasy MVP overall, in my opinion. And if you have him, he'll carry you.
Would you start him over Josh Allen every week?
I'll start him over Josh Allen this week, yeah, for sure, because Josh Allen plays New England. These have been our lessons learned for Week 15. We hope you're still in. If you are, we hope you win your chip. And if you will, if you listen to us and you watch all these videos, you like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends so we can grow and you can win. Thank you for watching.